Hey everyone, welcome back to the archive. I'm still working through that Startling Comics. I still got lots of work to do on it, and I should have an update on that soon. But it's progressing. So I got some new techniques. I got some new furnish. So I'll have that up probably by this weekend or early next week. In the meantime, Alan, he does a weekly challenge where he has other YouTubers put up 10 comics in their collection based on a theme that he has set for that week. And this week's theme is floating heads, essentially comics that show covers where there's a head kind of floating in space or like something like shoulders above, that kind of thing. So I thought I probably had enough comics with that theme in my collection to show my own 10 or more comics with that theme. So right off the bat here, let's get into it. I got Adventures into the Unknown, number 49. And this is kind of cheating a little bit because this is not quite what the theme has in mind, but we do have a floating, like very literally a floating, like in the ocean head. This is ACG 1953, artwork by Ken Bald. Very kind of Cthulhu-ish. I really dig this. It's not Ken Bald's best artwork, but it's a kind of a cool cover. So, or at least the theme is cool. Next I have, again, this is a little cheating kind of, but Alan showed a comic that had a similar premise, but I've got Adventure into Weird Worlds, number 27. This is from 1954. And here we have a Headless Knight. Again, not quite the floating head theme, but again, Alan showed a Headless Horseman, so I think it works. This was by Atlas, who later, of course, became Marvel or was Marvel, and just was going under the name of Atlas. This was done. The artwork was done by an artist named Joe Manley, and tragically, he died 4 years after this. He was drinking a little bit and walked into a train, or into train tracks at least. So very tragic. His probably best known artwork to most people would be Black Knight #1, which was later developed into its own superhero character. So yeah, really cool cover art. And next is a very popular comic series. Obviously, it's Amazing Spider-Man #100. This came out in 1971. Marvel Comics, of course, and the great John Romita doing the artwork. And here we have all these floating heads behind him of all the people in his life. And yeah, that's a pretty easy one, I think. All right, next up, I got Ghost Comics #9. This is by Fiction House. This came out in 1953, artwork by Maurice Whitman. Of course, we have the floating head up here of a ghost kind of hanging out about this crazy house. These ghost comics, depending on when you get them or where you get them, you can get them fairly cheap. I got this. This is busted up. I mean, it's complete, but the spine is completely split and it's pretty brittle, and it's going to need some conservation work. So because of that, I got it for like $100 or something like that. The artwork is just gorgeous on all these Fiction House comics. So yeah, you can find those, grab them. Next is Gunsmoke #9. This is by Western Comics. Came out in 1950. It's art by Walter Johnson. I believe this is a Canadian book, and the floating heads are up here. So we got a couple of floating heads and this masked Marvel, like kind of a Ghost Rider permutation. Ghost Rider was out around the same time period, so it's really a theme of skull cowboys, I guess. So yeah, next is, sorry, I'm reading my notes. This is Hercules, number 11. And we got the floating heads here, of course, and up here. This was originally by Charlton Comics, but unfortunately, I didn't realize until I started this project that this is a reprint. It's a reprint by Modern Comics. It came out in 1978. The artwork is by an artist named Sam Glanzman. And I became familiar with his artwork because I was conserving a World War II book that came out like in the 60s. And I really thought his artwork was really fascinating. So I wanted to see what else he did. And he did this series called Hercules. So I grabbed Hercules 1, and now I really liked this 11, found it at an antique shop. And like I said, I just noticed that it's a reprint, which sucks. So I'm going to have to get the original because I really like this cover. Anyhow, next I have Hi-Ho Comics #1. This is a really cool comic. I found it on eBay for really cheap, and it's freaking amazing. There's only 3 issues in the series, and I don't really see a whole lot of people with issue 1, or if I do, they're pretty beat up. But this is a really clean copy. I mean, it's not perfect. The spine's a little beat, but you know, for really old comic. I mean, this came out in 1946 by Four Star Comics. And the artwork is by Ellis Chambers, but inks are done by L.B. Cole. And you rarely see, or at least I rarely see, both artists' names on the comic at the same time from this era. And so yeah, it's really got L.B. Cole's signature kind of day glow, cartoony style. And we've got the floating heads up here. Yeah, kind of cool. Next, I have Marvel Comics Presents by Marvel Comics. Came out in 1991. This is Barry Windsor Smith's series that he did in Marvel Comics Presents, where basically he shows how Wolverine scored his adamantium skeleton. And I'm guessing the skull back here, the floating head, is Wolverine's or Logan's head before or after it's been adamantiumized. So yeah, that's floating head. Next, I have a couple of Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. comics from 1968. And this is Marvel Comics, of course. Jim Steranko, the great Jim Steranko. And of course, it's an homage to Detective Comics #31, the famous Batman comic where his head's kind of over the castle. And also #5, another floating head in the background there. Really psychedelic art from, peak 1960s psychedelia. So yeah, and then we got another L.B. Cole here. This is Suspense Comics, #10, and this is by Continental. This is from Continental, from 1945, I believe. And again, L.B. Cole, who I refer to as Pound Cole. I think there was a number of made-up names in that era, and I'm just going to go with that. So, and then I have Wanted Comics #10. This is by Orbit Publications. Came out in 1947, and we have a floating head here. And artwork was done by Mort Leave, or Mort Leave. And I don't know what made me want to buy this. I got it off of Heritage a few months ago. And well, first of all, it was really cheap, but I just something grabbed me about the cover. Anyhow, and then as a kind of a special last comic I wanted to show here, I'm going to have a bigger feature on this on my next Starling Comics episode. I'm going to do kind of like a afterwards where I kind of get into things that I'm interested in. I've already done that a little bit when I showed mentioned Bobby's artwork as a documentarian. But a different artist that I want to kind of celebrate is our own Lawston Wallace. And this is Thunder Agents. I think this came out in 2013. And IDW. And we got a number of floating heads all over the place. And I really love Lawston's work. And I think he should be celebrated for the quality of work that he does. So we'll talk more about that in a future episode. So, all right, that's all my floating head comics. And I just want to thank you for coming to my channel and checking it out. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.